Hey everyone, here is a walk around video of the 52 Deluxe Beetle that we just finished here. It's an original ragtop car. So those of you that don't follow the channel may not know kind of the story behind this car. This car came into our shop about 2 months ago. I think it was on July 2nd. And at the time it was pretty much like a Resto-mod, Resto-cal. I don't really know what the proper term is for it. But anyway, it was slammed on Fuchs. It had a 20, let's see, what was it? I think a 2332 IDA motor in it, big motor, had a later model transmission in it to go with the big motor, old speed front beam and disc brakes in back. Just pretty much, a really solid, very nice Resto-mod car. And, but when not the current owner, but the owner that he bought it from, he bought the car. It was stock and had been restored over in England, and he bought it, brought it over here. I think drove it like literally once as stock, pretty much like you see it here, and then he took and converted it to, like, again, the Resto-mod with the Fuchs and the big motor and all that stuff, slammed it. But luckily he saved the motor, which is the numbers matching 25 horse for this motor. He saved all the suspension, all the brakes, pretty much everything for the car. And so the current owner drove it around like that for a while, and then decided he wanted to go back to the glorious stock state that you see it in now. So that is what we did. So again, we had the car for about 2 months. Of course, not working on it full time. It didn't literally take us 2 months full time, but that's kind of how long the project itself took overall. But yeah, we pretty much removed all the aftermarket stuff and reinstalled all the stock stuff. A lot of the stock stuff needed to be, kind of have the paint touched up and stuff like that, and went all through the brakes and put new cylinders in, stuff like that, because those parts had been sitting for a while. Went through the motor and rebuilt his carburetor and fuel pump, since again they'd been sitting for a long time. But other than that, cleaned it up. The motor, that is, he had a later 25 horse manifold, which is not correct for this car. This car should have the K manifold, jacketed K manifold that you see here. So he bought that from Virtanen over in, where is he? I think Finland. So yeah, cleaned up the motor, cleaned up the engine compartment, took care of some little paint issues in the engine compartment. Did a lot of cleanup on the wiring on here. The car had a lot of extra wires going every which way that had been used at some point. I think somebody had turn signals wired into it at some point, and just extra wires all over this car. So cleaned all that up and got it back to basically stock wiring, stock everything. And the car runs and drives great. I mean, it is a 25 horsepower, so you'll get where you're going, but it's going to take a while because they are slow. So let's take a look here at the interior. So the interior we didn't really do anything to. It was nice and stock to start with. It did have a huge gauge cluster under the dash there with like a giant tachometer and stuff like that. Of course, took all that out. And other than that, on the inside, he had, of course, a 12-volt battery in here with like a big billet aluminum mount. So we got rid of all that and put in, I don't know if you'll be able to see, so the correct size 19L battery with the stock strap. So we had to weld all that stuff in, which wasn't there. And let's see, the other thing that we did was we fixed his windows. So on these cars, split windows had kind of a unique thing with the windows here, where the window has a cutout in it, like you see right here. It's probably hard to see on video. There it is. It has a cutout in it, so you can basically like crack the window open and get some ventilation in here without having the window down all the way, really just up here. So these cars didn't come with a vent wing like later cars. So this was kind of their solution for getting some ventilation without having the window fully open. And then when you continue to roll it up, that little opening kind of disappears up into there. So the channel and stuff had been put together incorrectly, where the window wouldn't go up far enough to allow that little cutout there to close. So we fixed that. Let's take a look under the hood here. So not much to see here with the cover back on it, but again, cleaned up all the wiring, got everything working, converted everything back to 6 volts. And that's pretty much what we did on this car. Again, taking it from a Resto-mod car back to basically 100% stock. So that is it. This car is actually leaving probably in any time now. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video done before it leaves. Oh, anyway, thank you for watching.